Artificial intelligence. It absolutely fascinates me. I can't get enough of all the different things that we can do with it. We can create new images. We can have conversations. We can even conjure from the metaphorical side of things, nothing from something. There's a computer somewhere that has the entire knowledge of the internet in it, or has at least access to the knowledge base that is the internet, that series of tubes. And when you ask it a question, it uses all of that like a big brain, and it makes something. And man, if that isn't the coolest thing that I've ever heard of, I don't know what else humanity is actually going to try to put on the table. So I came up with this idea. What if I could guide artificial intelligence to write a story and illustrate it and make changes along the way when I see fit? There's the idea behind create your own adventure. But what if it wasn't a human writing it? What kind of story could the collective knowledge of the internet create, guided by both artificial and organic intelligence? That's what we're going to do here. That is what the aim of this series is going to be. Each episode, I am going to take an idea and let artificial intelligence run with it, and then make little tweaks where I see fit. At the same time, I'm also going to allow artificial intelligence, using what we've come up with, create the visuals for what it comes up with. So the story and the visuals will all be AI. I will be tweaking things here and there, but for all intents and purposes, the formula will be as follows. We come up with idea. We tell AI what the idea is. AI writes the story. AI gives us details. Then we have AI create the visuals that go along with said ideas. And we try to create an actual story. Now, I'm going to be using Chat GPT, and I'm also going to be using Mid Journey. Those two things together. Chat GPT remembers everything contained in one chat. So if we write a story there, it will know its entirety of that story, and everything that I ask it will be based off the previous conversation. I think for the very first episode, what we can do is, we've been spending a lot of time in space. We don't need any more sci-fi here. Let's change gears. Yeah. Why when I start recording? Don't grow a beard, chat. This very first episode, we can do something maybe a little bit more fantasy. Fantasy realm is good, right? So if you go with me here, knocking the mic around, I'll show you. We're going to jump on over, and you'll be able to see what we have going on here. Now, this is the wrong window. Here is Chat GPT. So here's how we're going to communicate with it. I'm going to tell it, let's write a story. Let's write a story. A fantasy story. It will have 3 main characters: a human, an elf, and a dwarf. It will have a villain, and you can choose the details of the villain. It will take place in Middle Earth. Okay, here we go. Would you look at this? Oh my God. Get out of here. Oh my God, this is a serious story. Look at this. Oh my God, look at this. Okay. We have a story. We have a full-blown story. Let's read it. In the rolling hills of Middle Earth, a human named Adeline lived with her family in a small village. One day, while she was out foraging for herbs, Adeline stumbled across a wounded elf named Arendor. She nursed him back to health, and the two became fast friends. They would often meet in secret to talk and share stories, as elves and humans were not known to be friendly with one another. One day, as they were sitting by a babbling brook, a dwarf named Thorgrim appeared. He had been traveling through the area and had seen Adolin and Arendor talking. Initially, he was suspicious of the elf, but Adolin vouched for him, and the three became close companions. Little did they know, a powerful villain was lurking in the shadows. His name was Zoltar. Back up. Zoltar? No. We can do better than that. Zoltar? See, now here's the thing with AI. I'm going to talk to it like it's a real person. Zoltar, you can do better than that for a name. My apologies. Allow me to revise the name of the villain. His name was not Zoltar, but rather Malachi. Yes! A wicked sorcerer who had banished from his own kingdom for practicing dark magic. Malachi had heard rumors of a powerful magical artifact hidden somewhere in Middle-earth. He believed that with this power, he could conquer any kingdom he desired. He set his sights on the small village where Adolin, Arendor, and Thorgrim lived, hoping to use them as pawns to help him find the artifact. With the updated name. Here we go. Oh, dude, look at this go. This is amazing. Little did they know, a powerful villain was lurking in the shadows. His name was Malachi, a sorcerer with an insatiable hunger for power. He had been banished from his own kingdom for practicing dark magic and had been biding his time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Malachi had heard rumors of a powerful magical artifact hidden somewhere in Middle-earth. He believed that with this power, he could conquer any kingdom he desired. He set his sights on the small village where Adolin, Arendor, and Thorgrim lived, hoping to use them as pawns to help him find the artifact. Malachi enlisted the help of an army of orcs, trolls, and other dark creatures, and they descended upon the village. Adolin, Arendor, and Thorgrim knew they had to act fast to protect their families and their home. Together, the human, the elf, and dwarf fought bravely against the forces of darkness. Adolin wielded a sword, Arendor used his magic, and Thorgrim swung his axe with great skill. They battled for hours until finally they defeated Malachi and his minions. In the aftermath of the battle, the three companions realized they were stronger together than they ever could be alone. They continued to travel and have adventures together, always watching out for one another and the dangers that lurked in Middle-earth. Okay, cool story. We have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now, that being said, let's flesh it out. What was the name of the village? Ashenford. Oh, cool. Describe Ashenford. No way. Get out of here. Ashenford. We'll call it Ashenford. Ashenford was a small and peaceful village nestled in a lush valley surrounded by rolling hills and thick forests. The village was home to around 300 people, and its streets were lined with quaint cottages made of wood and stone. The buildings were adorned with colorful flowers and ivy. Each had a small garden where the residents grew vegetables and herbs. The village center featured a large open market square where farmers and craftsmen sold their wares, and a quaint church with a tall steeple rose at the far end of the square. A small river flowed through the village, and a sturdy wooden bridge connected the two halves of the settlement. Ashenford was a close-knit community where everyone knew each other and looked out for one another, making it a warm and welcoming place for visitors to rest and take in the beauty of the surrounding countryside. Here we go. What is the magical, the powerful? What is the powerful magical? Ooh, here we go. All right, so Malachi was looking for something called the Heart of the Forest. It's a legendary crystal. It is said to contain the pure essence of nature and is capable of granting immense power to whoever possesses it. The crystal is said to have been created by ancient elves long ago and was kept hidden in a secret location for centuries, guarded by powerful magical wards and enchantments. This is awesome. It is believed that the crystal can be used to heal wounds, grow crops, and bring life back to dying forests, among other abilities. However, the crystal is also sought after by dark and evil forces who seek to harness its power for their own nefarious purposes. Its discovery and possession will be a key driving force of the plot in our story. No kidding! About the size of a human fist, and it glimmered with a greenish blue light that seemed to pulse with life. The crystal is perfectly transparent, allowing anyone who looked at to see the intricate patterns and lines that ran through it. These lines seemed to shift and move as if they were alive, giving the impression that the crystal was a living thing. The heart of the forest was cool to the touch, and it hummed with an energy that was palpable to anyone who held it. The crystal was said to heal any wound or ailment, to bring life back to the dead forests, and grant immense magical power to anyone who wielded it. Its true power, however, remained a mystery, as few had ever been able to unlock the crystal's full potential. The battle raged on for hours, with the enemy orcs, trolls, and other dark creatures clashing with the defenders of Ashenford. The sky was filled with the sound of clashing metal and the cries of wounded and dying. The defenders fought bravely, but the sheer size and ferocity of the enemy army seemed too much to handle. Thorgrim, Adolin, and Arendor were at the forefront of the battle, fighting side by side with the other defenders of the village. Thorgrim wielded his mighty axe, cleaving through the ranks of the orcs and trolls with ease. Adolin moved with lightning speed, striking down any creature that came too close to her with her twin swords. Arendor used his magic to hurl fireballs and lightning bolts at the enemy, sending them reeling and giving the defenders a brief respite. Despite their valiant efforts, the defenders of Ashenford were gradually pushed back, their lines breaking under the relentless assault of the enemy. Malachi, the villainous sorcerer, stood at the back of the enemy army, watching with a cruel grin as his minions slaughtered the defenders. But then, something unexpected happened. A bright light filled the sky, and a deafening boom echoed across the battlefield. The heart of the forest, the powerful magical artifact, had been activated by Adolin, who had managed to steal it from Malachi's grasp. The crystal's power was immense, and it bathed the battlefield in a warm, soothing glow. Hold up, when did he find it? How did Malachi get the heart of the forest? Oh, so he had it momentarily. No, I'm not digging this. Hold on. No. Malachi never had the heart of the forest. Adolin had Lynn, and she used it to push back, used it in a surprise moment when all seemed lost to overpower the dark army. I'll correct my mistake, provide the update. Malachi had been searching for the heart of the forest for many years, but had been unable to locate it. Little did he know Adolin had found the crystal and was determined to keep it safe from his grasp. Adolin knew that the heart of the forest was too powerful to fall into the wrong hands, and she kept it with her at all times. She had been trained in the magical arts by her mother, this is backstory, who had been a powerful sorceress before her death. Adolin knew how to use the crystal's power and was willing to risk everything, cliché, to protect it from those who sought to use it for their own evil purposes. During the battle against Malachi's army, all seemed lost for the defenders of Ashenford. The enemy was overwhelming and the defenders were being pushed back, but then Adolin stepped forward and revealed the heart of the forest. With a wave of her hand, she activated the crystal, unleashing a burst of pure magical energy that engulfed the entire battlefield. The orcs, trolls, and other dark creatures were stunned by the sudden surge of power, and they staggered back in fear. The defenders of Ashenford, emboldened by the crystal's power, charged forward and attacked the enemy with renewed vigor. Malachi, watching from a distance, realized that he had underestimated Adolin's power. He had never expected her to possess the heart of the forest, and he had assumed that he could overpower her with his own dark magic, but he was wrong, and now faced defeat at the hands of the very person he had underestimated. In the end, the defenders of Ashenford emerged victorious thanks to Adolin's bravery and power. Malachi fled the battlefield, but the defenders knew that he would not give up easily. The stage had been set for the final showdown between good and evil, and the fate of Middle-earth hung in the balance. We have a cliffhanger. This thing literally just gave me a cliffhanger. Avaloria. Yeah, now that we're this far in here, Middle-earth just seems like it's a bad idea. Why don't we call this something completely different? Avaloria. Okay, guys, so if you made it this far, that means you got to see essentially what this AI was capable of doing. We took a concept, we molded it, and we came to a conclusion. And the best part is it left us with a cliffhanger, which has got to be one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. So where do we go from here? Do we continue this story, or do we write new ones as we go? I leave it up to you in the comments. If you want to see this story continue, please let me know. If you would like it to go down a different path, let's do that as well. I'm open to all. We could do both. I think it would be amazing either way. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've come up with similar things, or if you're messing around currently with AI as well, and how it's affecting you on the daily. I love this stuff. I think it's one of the coolest things I've ever messed with, and I'd love to hear from you. As I usually do, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subbed yet, that would be really helpful. If you liked the video, that's also really, really helpful as well. Other than that, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and of course, continue to be the legends that I know that you are. Thank you again for getting this far, and I'll see you either on stream, or I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again, guys.